Hey guys, Shadows Got Sweet here again. Uh, I was tagged by Huples Cat Prepping, and it was a tag about the 11 questions, and he tagged me, as he said, voluntary for that tag. So I don't mind. He's a nice guy. He's a great guy. Uh, but before I start, I want to say welcome to my new subscribers. Okay, you're welcome, and I hope you find my channel interesting. And I appreciate that. Okay. I have the now. I'm going to answer these questions, and I have them on my computer, so it's much easier for me to read because I can't remember the questions. Uh, so it's much easier that way. Okay, question number 1. Do you prefer to go on a trip alone or in a group? Well, I like to be uh, in a small group. That's nice. Uh, it depends on if you are going to make a longer trip, which is reach over 7 or 14 days. Well, in that case, it is nice to have be in a small group. And if I'm gonna if it's a shorter trip, I would do that alone because I'm a little bit of a lone wolf. So that is what I would do. So question number 2. What has been your most challenging trip or hike to date? Uh, to date, well, the most challenging trip I made ever, that would be, but that trip were when I was 15 years old, not today, not when I was, when I, as I did as an adult. But I that was the most challenging trip I did was when I was 15 years old. We had a hike on King's Trail from Abisko down to Nichole, and that is about 100-kilometer long hike. So that's a long way to walk, and that was in the mountains, and you pass the our great mountain, Kebnekaise. So that was a challenging hike I did, but that was a long time ago. But I I don't made any challenging trip today. Okay, uh, so I choose that one instead. Um, Now, question number 3. What is the most beautiful sleeping place so far? Well, it's in the mountains. Uh, when you're in the mountains on the King's Trail, um, in a nice, beautiful valley, uh, with a little river. That was really nice the way. Really beautiful place, and I really liked it there. So uh, that is what I remember best. Um, and I have seen a lot of places, so but that was the most beautiful place, sleeping place so far. Question number 4. What winter outdoor activities do you do? Well, I wish I had some a pair of skis, but I don't. If I had that, I would use them. I would choose cross-country skis because I want these skis, which is a little wider than the normal one, because I want to use my skis to when I have backpack on me. So, but these skis are really expensive, and I can't afford them for the moment. So, but it's a dream I have anyway to get a pair of them, those skis. And I'm a scout leader as well, so we are outdoors from time to time, and it can be some outdoor activities with the kids, my scouts. So they skiing, they have their sleds and whatever they use. So I have so I do actually some few activities, but that's only with the scouts. But I wish I could do more. Number 5. Have you ever been seriously hurt in the outdoors? That's an easy question. Actually, no. I have been camping, hiking all my life, basically, since I was a kid. And I'm 46 years old now, and I had never hurt myself seriously when I have been outdoors. And I guess I'm the lucky ones so far, but well, you never know. So I have been pretty much got some luck. Okay. Number 6. Do you practice any special survival techniques? Well, scout leader, and I have to teach my scouts. So we do some. I teach them knots, not how to tie knots, lashings, and we build lean-to shelters, and we build tripods. We build two tripods and put make a we make a table. We make sink. We make well. So I and I am the guy who are most responsible to making fire. I don't know how that come, but I do actually. So, but there are a lot of things I should need practice a little bit more. But I got some uh, practice with my scouts, so you learn that way. If there is something you don't know, you have one of your colleagues. They probably know that better than I do, so I learn from them and they learn from me, which is pretty nice. And scouting is basically how you survive, and they learn to build shelters, tie knots and lashings, and cook and do how to make a fire and different types of fires you can do, which one you use for that, and you know what I mean, okay? Number 7. Um, what do you think about permanent bushcraft camp? Well, it is nice to have a permanent bushcraft camp because you can, if you have that, you can move out and scout the area, get more wood, get more, well, some berries if you, and mushrooms if you want that. So I think that it's a good idea to have a basic permanent bushcraft camp because you can be stationary slash nomadic. So that is a good way. So that is a good solution. So I accept that, and I would use it because you can leave the main pack there, and you can take a day pack or so that makes everything easier. So absolutely, I would have a permanent bushcraft camp. What is your favorite recipe for cooking outside? Well, I don't have actually any favorite recipes like that, but uh, well, actually, I like to make some simple food. not too complicated, simple ingredients. You don't need to make it like a luxury dinner on a five-star restaurant. That is no need for that. So I prefer it simple, keep it simple, and the food tastes a lot better when you do it over open fire or something like that, or something similar. Um, and number 9. How do you motivate yourself in a bad weather? Well, motivate. Well, in a bad weather, well, if you're outdoors, well, you have to keep moving. And keep moving until you can get to your camp. And or if you are at home in your camp, and you can make some bowls, spoons. You can do whatever you like to do. Playing cards, you can, well, do a lot of things, good stuff. You can make some practice on tying knots. You can, well, if you want to wrap your handle on your axe with a rope, do that. You can, there's a lot of things to do. So number 10, what would be your dream destination? Well, my dream destination would be Alaska, or Alaska and Canada would be nice. I never been there. Actually, I've never been there. So Alaska and Canada would be a nice destination for me. Number 11. What is your heaviest piece of equipment? Well, the heaviest, I don't have any piece or that heavy really. Well, the heaviest I have would be my tomahawk, probably. So that is, well, I have not that really heavy stuff. So, well, that will probably come someday. Probably, I buy something I like, probably, and it will probably be a heavier thing than heavier than I have now. So, but I want to try to keep it as light as possible. And Huples' cat, he had put a bonus question, and I like bonus questions. That's nice. Thanks, mate, for that. And that is a really good question as well. would you still prep if you were severely disabled? Yeah, I would. I would still prep, keep prepping, even if I were had my both my legs were cut off and my left arm would be cut off. I would still prep. No question about it. Um, People might think I'm a total nutcase when I say that, but well, that's my opinion anyway. It doesn't matter. Even if you're severely disabled, you need stuff to keep you alive. Even if you're disabled, right? And I have put another bonus question. I I thought that would be a nice thing to do. So now we have a question number 13. How would you deal with a family member who is epileptic and the medication runs out? Would you leave him, her, or her back home alone when you bug out? Well, for me, it's a difficult answer. My wife is epileptic, and here in Sweden, we can only store buy medicine for only 3 months, no more than that. You can't stockpile more medicine for more than 3 months. And I see that as a disadvantage. And I talked to my wife about this, and she said, when that day comes, she said, leave me alone with the cats in the food and water, and I bug out with the rest of the family. And she's told me that she had accepted that already. But I can't accept that. I really don't know. Because she told me, I said, I'd take you in with me anyway. But she told me, hey, I would be a security risk. I would slow you down. So, that's my answer on that question. And I don't know really who I'm gonna tag after this, but I will. Put it in the description if I tag someone, okay? I don't have the names right here now, so I had to jump off right now, so I'll see you in the next one. Shadow Scouts weed out.